What's going on, everybody? It's Ghost. I'm your host today as Tony's at the 76ers game. Crazy game to go see, too, so enjoy that, Tony. But Adam's here to join me. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Still kind of hurting after last night. It was one of those nights, gambling. I mean, if you had told me at the start of the night Trae Young's going to have 16 assists, I would assume that wager smashes. Tyus Jones gets run off the floor because they're up 30 points, 1 assist short. And DeJounte Murray sat at 7 rebounds for about a quarter and a half basketball. So, and then the chalk game of this slate goes to overtime and just goes absolutely nuts for almost like 270 points.
Right.
So yeah, it was one of those nights, man. You're always going to have some of those, and last night was one of them.
Oh man, Jimmy even says it here. Like it's kind of a soul crusher. On he had a crazy line. Then he put up like 340 or something and didn't cash. And
yeah, didn't even cash.
I put up 370 with Gary Payton II.
Barely.
And I min cashed. I woke up. I was like, wait, what? Like, bro, everyone went off my lineup. DeJounte over Trae was absolutely the move.
Yep.
It just sucked. Like, obviously, I was already in bed by the time Trae Man got ruled out. I was already knocked out.
It was dodo time.
Yeah, that was dodo time. I was knocked out. But that's what ruined the slate. Like, just to get that out there, I really don't want to talk about it because that's yesterday's slate and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's what ruined the slate. Like, stocking that game was not the move. Like, it's just
it paid off. And like I told you, we got off.
Trae Man was probably going to take 22 shots that game.
Right.
And it just when he gets ruled out, it's like who else is shooting the ball? That's what made it ridiculous for that game. And if you were able to late swap, then that was sick. But guys like Aaron Wiggins and Roby, it's not nobody gets there if Trae Man's playing, right? So that's something.
And the other thing too, I saw some people say, well, that's what happens when there's teams on short rotations. That's not really what happens when teams are on short rotations. Look at the Celtics. Not, though. Well, look at the Pacers. It's not.
You know what I mean? Because there were like 6 short rotations last night.
Right.
There were so many short rotations. So
exactly.
But it's what it is. And tonight it's going to be Lakers chalk. How you feeling about that?
Not gross. Great. I mean, do we ever feel good about
gross.
Lakers anything outside of LeBron James? But I mean, listen, when you're down LeBron most likely. Although I think he hasn't officially been ruled out, but doubtful with an ankle injury. Doesn't sound like something that's going to play. Anthony Davis is out. Russell Westbrook has been Russell Westbrook this year. You kind of have to, especially when there's studs on the slate that you really want to play, like Giannis and Embiid and Luka and potentially some Bulls if Levine gets ruled out. Like you have to make those plays to get up to those guys and have multiple of them in your lineup.
The 30% Stanley Johnson. It's kind of nauseating.
That's
kind of nauseating to say the least, but that's what it is. So today, guys, we're gonna do a little different approach. Gonna have some fun with you guys. So make sure you guys are bumping in the chat there. We'll be active in the chat. So if you have lineups, if you have bets, if you have whatever, make sure to drop in the chat. We'll be with you for another 10 plus minutes here, and we're gonna make the core on the fly. So we're gonna be doing it with you guys. Make sure that we're getting you guys involved, of course, and that's exactly why we do it, is because of everyone that's in the chat right now. So, look, the first thing is that as my phone is vibrating, and I was about to say, what do we do with DeMar DeRozan? Zach LaVine is in, so that solves that problem.
Okay.
But like you know what my approach can be, so I'll let you take this one. But if we have to start somewhere, who are we going with? We got to start somewhere.
And you know what? You wrote and you were dead on the money. And it just gets reinforced because right now, out of the 3 main guys in Giannis, Luka, and Embiid, Giannis is the lowest owned, which was really surprising to me. I kind of thought that would be reversed given the slate, given the environments. So for me, when Giannis is the 3rd out of those big 3, I'm starting with him 110%. Just first man in. Let's figure out what else we need to do to fit him.
All right, first man in. We're going with Giannis. I really like beat in the spot a lot. Like I can't say it enough. Like realistically, I could have thrown a ton of analytics in the article, but man, realistically, it's just the sheer volume that he's going to have, and that's what's going to do the talking tonight. Scoring lead is up for grabs.
Yep.
Obviously, him, Giannis, and Braun are playing for that. And if you don't think Embiid has that on your mind, think again, because he definitely has that on his mind. And you look at the playoff implications of this game, man. It's big. It's massive.
It's absolutely big. Yeah.
So winner of this game will be currently in the 2 seed with Boston having a game in hand there. And the loser is in the 4 spot. Like this is a huge game for both sides. So to me, it's like, how do I not get full run out of Giannis without getting full run of Harden or Embiid? Like I need one of them. It's not like Tobias Harris going to drop 45. Like it's
no.
You need one of these guys.
I think the next move to me is whether you like Embiid a little bit better, whether you like Luka a little bit better, it's got to be one of those two, because there's enough reasonable value plays that you can get two of these guys. And, you pointed out, like, just the game environment with, do we really think the Lakers can keep it close with Dallas? It's questionable at best.
But that's what I was about to say. Like, if we're going with Luka, which Lakers are keeping this game close? Because we can't fit Westbrook in that scenario. So which Lakers are keeping the game close for Luka to play a full 36?
And I think the answer to that is probably the most likely candidate is probably Malik Monk, and you just hope he's shooting well on that night. Because after Westbrook, like you said, who else is even in this lineup, man? Stanley Johnson.
That's what it is.
Waylon
Like you
Gabriel,
can't I'm not saying that I'm not playing guys like Austin Reeves and Stanley Johnson is that. Well, I'll just come out and say I'm not playing Stanley Johnson. That's for sure. But like Dwight Howard, like Dwight Howard's another name. Like I'm not saying that I'm not playing any of these guys, because I am. I'm not playing Westbrook, and that's exactly what I wrote. So I'm going to be going to the value. But the thing is that, am I doing that just because I'm not playing Westbrook, or am I doing that because Malik Monk is going to keep pace with Luka Doncic? Like that's where it's stretching it a bit, I think.
And realistically, he's not going to keep pace. What you have to hope for is he keeps pace enough to keep Luke on the floor. He keeps pace enough that it doesn't get out of control to the point of it's a 35-point game. Because
it could be a fourth quarter run. It could, like, realistically, because if the Mavs are running away with this one, it's going to be because of Luka.
Right. That's exactly right. So you need one of those guys with the Lakers value. And it doesn't have to be Luka, because the Lakers value can get there without Luka getting there. So if you want it to be Embiid, I have no issue with that. I'm not going to fight you.
So I'm cool locking in Malik Monk. I need some scoring from the Lakers.
The guy's he's got to shoot tonight. He absolutely has.
He's got to shoot. He's got to shoot 20 times.
Right.
He's got to shoot 20 times. So I'm cool going Monk number 2. We'll leave that third spot TBD for one of the two studs, either Luka, Embiid, or Harden. And then 4 spot, man, we could go double Lakers with Melo. We could go Bagley. Detroit's riddled with injuries now.
Yeah, I think
Jeremy Grant's done for the year too.
And I think Bagley's my favorite, because the 12-point or 14-point spread, whichever it ended up landing on right now, that's kind of irrelevant. Like, Detroit's going to run their guys for the most part. Bagley's kind of playing for next year just like they are. He's still under 6K. The Nets defensive rating is still bottom 10. Like, he can run up and down with these guys. It's not impossible. So to me, Bagley's super, super appealing with Jeremy Grant out.
That's big. It's a big spot for him too. Trying to see what it looks like. So the only thing that concerns me with that. No, you can make it work. Giannis is small forward eligible. It makes it work, but
yeah, you can swing it. It's not too bad. The bad thing is you're kind of almost boxed in to play like a guy like Dwight Howard or Corey Kispert. But again, like, if that's what I have,
that's so gross.
But if that's what I have to do here to fit two of these studs, and you want Giannis and Embiid just swinging at each other that whole game, and hopefully dropping 140 DK between them, I can live with that.
I like it. I also don't mind if we're not going Luka. I don't mind going Brunson over Bagley. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I might run them both, to be honest, because now that we know,
depends if we would need a guard or a forward. But
yeah, like, the Bulls are less of a priority because they're all kind of fairly priced with LaVine playing. If LaVine was out, it's going to be a different story.
Like, if LaVine was out, I was going to let everyone else play DeMar DeRozan, and I was going to play all the Kobe White I could handle. Like, I was going to fly on Kobe White. right away. But now that kind of goes out the window. The Bulls need this game bad, so it makes sense that Levine's playing. But
yeah, they're one game out of the play-in right now. Like they don't have the luxury of doing anything else.
I'm cool with Bagley, man. Honestly, like I don't not like freaking out over playing Marvin Bagley. Like it's not like it gets me so fired up to play Marvin Bagley, but he grades out well. These young Detroit guys need to figure it out, man, before they blow up this team even more. Like they have Cade now. Like they have this they have a 5-year window rebuild before they have to sign Cade to a max.
Right.
And if they want him to stay, they got to figure it out. Marvin Bagley's one of those guys. And he's at the point of his career where he's got to figure it out personally, too.
Is he due for a contract next year or one year from now?
Not this year. Like upcoming.
This year. I mean, he's fighting for money, man. You say what you want about, the Pistons have nothing to play for, but individuals have a lot to play for, man. They're fighting for the
big. And realistically,
yeah,
and Kelly Olynyk has some term left. Like they're not going to go out there with 10-ish games left and say, "Oh, let's run Kelly Olynyk into the ground." Like,
Bagley's going to get some minutes here.
Okay, I'm down for Bagley. Here go Bagley. On Luka or Embiid? You know where I'm going, but what are you feeling?
Let's do Embiid.
It's a combo. It's the combo core, so you got to be on board with it. I'm down for either one.
I think Embiid does make.
I just don't know if the Mavs win this game by 45. Like it's really bad.
I mean, look, this is the same Lakers team that just blew a 20-point halftime lead with LeBron in. Like, there's every chance they just get run right off the court here.
Like, if a Westbrook shot is not dropping, this one can get ugly so quick.
They're in so much trouble.
They are gonna be so cooked. Like, it's gonna be bad. Like, you're counting on like a 30. How old is he? 38 now, 37. You're counting on like a 30-plus-year-old Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, he's
like
up
10
there.
years after his prime, bro. Like, I'm the biggest Melo guy out there, but that's tough, man. That's tough. Like, Malik Monk, bro. Like, it's. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know if they could keep this one close.
We always preach don't predict blowout, right? And that is probably 95% of the time. But you also have to make educated guesses. One game is 1.5 point spread. One game is 14. One game has a 232 total. The other one, I think, was down around 220-ish, 219 and a half. Guys, you have to make the educated guess. And the educated guess tells you Embiid every time. Does that mean Luka's not going to outscore Embiid? No, it's not what that means. But you're trying to make the best possible plays before 7 o'clock hits. That's the goal.
And you look at what the Lakers have been doing, which is what they should be doing. LeBron's taking like 25 to 30 shots a game.
Right.
Westbrook's taking 15 to 20, and Monk is taking 15 to 20. The rest of these guys are barely shooting the ball. Like I don't know. I don't know if a guy. No, but like even then, I'm trying to think like, are we gonna play a guy like THT? Are we gonna play like a lot of people like Austin Reeves? A lot of people like Stanley Johnson. Like they can't just walk in after not shooting for the past month and just chalk up 15 shots. It doesn't make sense.
I think
if that does happen, they're going to lose by 25.
Right. I think you play Monk, and I think you have to decide which one of the other guys between like Dwight Howard, Reeves, Stanley Johnson, which one you like best. I really don't mind Dwight under 4K.
For all I know, they're going to play DJ Augustine 35 minutes tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they might. But like Howard's been getting some minutes lately. The Dallas interior is not spectacular whatsoever. Like he's up.
They need Dwight out there. They don't have someone to counteract Dwight on the other side.
So I really think Dwight gets at least 25 to 28 minutes. He can still produce at a decent enough clip to pay off 3,900. So like my two favorite Lakers is Howard and Monk, and it fits my build nicely now that we have Levine news. So you can even throw that as a bonus guy for a core if you want. And that helps make everything work. Because you can go double center with Embiid and Howard and call it a day.
I think this is it. I like the double center, man. I like it a lot. If everyone on the field is playing Luka, bro, not only are we fading Luka, but we're not playing Russ either. Like there's a lot of leverage there.
Like Bagley's pretty popular, but nobody else on that list. Bagley and Howard, I should say. Everybody else is like 20%, 21% or under. I'll live with that all day.
I think this is the move, man. I really think this is the move. Russ isn't shooting well. Monk is shooting lights out.
And like honestly,
I like this a lot.
If Embiid outscores Luka by like 15 points or more, which that's not out of the realm of possibility. Either guy could
really not. It's really not out of the. It's not really out of the realm of possibility at all.
But if you get Embiid at 15% lower and he outscores him by 10 plus points, man, that's such big, a massive shift. It's massive.
That's big. That's big. And I don't think anyone's going to go double. I think when Dwight Howard gets
people usually do not. I think that's probably part of the reason Embiid's a little bit lower because Howard's one of the more popular players in the slate, and people just tend not to go double.
They're just punting center and calling it a day.
Right.
I like Bede, man.
I think that's where it's
really like Bede. I really like Bede.
It's such a big
game. Fade Westy, fade Luka. I'm down.
Yep. It's such a big game.
Yeah. I think that's the move.
I'm down with that.
That's the move. That's the move, everyone. We're fading Westy, we're fading Luka.
And we're due Howard. After last night. We got screwed last night on what came to fade.
Oh, I hit 370 with GP2 and still and it was a min cash. That was so gross. Oh my god. Robert checking in pre-liked. Appreciate you, bro. Always appreciate it. Jimmy, the boys. Fanduel. Yeah, the score on I didn't play Fanduel yesterday. The score was probably like 550 to take that.
It had to be.
It was probably wild.
Like it was Fanduel's usually 400 on a good day. Like I can only imagine what it was yesterday.
You playing what? Gabriel? That's I just don't want to play any of these fringe forward guys, man, because knowing the Lakers, they're just gonna play whoever is like alive on the court. And like if his shot's not dropping, he's gonna come off. Stanley Johnson, same thing. Reeves could come off because realistically he's not like an offensive dynamo. They're gonna need Monk and Westbrook on the court together as much as possible. DJ Augustine's still gonna get some run. Like I don't want to play the fringe guys. I really like it. It's okay for a large field tournament, but I don't want to play the fringe guys in my main lineup.
I think if you're doing 20 max, you kind of get some rotation of those fringe guys.
I would just go slightly over the field on the majority of them. Like I would go under on Stanley Johnson, and that because he's mega chalk, and then I would go over on guys like Gabriel and Reeves, etc.
I agree with that wholeheartly. And single entry, honestly, guys, for single entry, like my Laker vision is pretty narrow. Like it's Monk, it's Howard. And that might be about it for single entry. Like I'm pretty much right there.
I like it. Me and Spicy P want a word, but I'm the biggest Spicy P guy out there, and he was cooking last night. So
yeah, because he thought he had 4 fouls.
Name's Cowboys Nation. I'm pretty sure this is my burner. This is my burner, Cowboys Nation, and hyping up Spicy P.
Wow. Man thought he had 4 fouls the whole night.
Yeah, that was something. I don't know if you guys saw that, but what I was talking about, basically, it was really funny. They were asking Siakam how he played with 5 fouls for the majority of the game. And he just looked right in the camera, straight face, and said, "Oh, I thought I had 4." And it was so funny. Like the straight face, and there was a pause too from the reporters. It was so funny. Oh my god.
It was pretty good.
Brunson, Reeves, Crispy K, huh? Rice Krispies. ABC, Bede, bro, everyone's gonna play Satoransky tonight. Bagley and Hayes.
I got to admit, right now, Satoransky's not as high as I assumed. I could live with Satoransky tonight. It's not too chalky.
If he's not chalk, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But Brunson, Reeves, Crispy. Yeah. I just don't know if I want to play Kispert with Sato. That's kind of gross. With Killian Hayes, it's kind of gross.
You need a lot to work out. I did have one similar to that. I guess I don't hate it. See, at that point, I think I'd rather come off Brunson and just go Monk and try and move off Reeves, Hayes, or Sato, or Chris. Try and get.
I would first of all move Sato to Crispy K's spot because he's also small forward eligible. put Hayes in the guard spot, and then go Dwight Howard over Kispert.
I think that might be the play.
And then if you're okay with Howard and Reeves, you could run it as is, and you have your Dallas run back in Brunson, or you go Monk over Brunson, and then just swap out Reeves for whoever fits. Like, that's what I would do. But I would at the very moment, I would 100% move Sato to Kispert's spot, move Hayes to guard, and then play Dwight over Kispert. That's what I would do. But
are you doing anything with Late Night Hammer? Because nobody is right now.
I don't know. Let me check. I got to check my lineup. I'm planning on getting something because that's going to be a really competitive game, man. I want to play Donovan Mitchell so bad tonight, but it doesn't work with beating Giannis.
Yeah, you'd have to give up something. Like the Clippers are really tougher to get a gauge on now because Paul George is going to play, but he's not Paul George yet. Like he hasn't played in 3 months.
I only have him for 20.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he played more than that. So you can't really play him, but like LA is kind of still priced like Paul George is out. Like it's really tough to get exposure there. We kind of talked about it in Slack or Discord for a little bit. This is probably
Terrence Mann. I like Terrence Mann.
I'm on board with that because Mann can still function with PG playing. Yeah.
Well, the rest of the Clippers are all on minutes limits, right? Batum, Morris, Reggie Jackson, they're all on minutes.
Yeah, limits. I mean, Jackson's minutes limit is what he's been playing anyways. Like I don't really. I'm calling it a limit, but technically, yes.
I do like Terrence Mann in the spot. I like Terrence Mann.
We talked about it a little bit. I think probably the riskiest play on the slate, but one that definitely has a high reward, it's Rudy, man. Because like, there's nowhere to go if he gets ruled out after 7:30. Nowhere.
Yeah, but you're cooked. It's Reggie Jackson. You're so cooked if you get
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like you have to understand the risk you take if you put him in that lineup and you don't have news by 7:30 because you're really just stuck playing Reggie Jackson.
That's so gross.
Like the ceiling is so high for him against the Clippers if he plays his normal run, and he's just with the Rudy Gobert that we know it's 7,300. You just don't get him that salary.
He grades out like crazy tonight too. His offensive touches are so low lately. It drives
such a pain in the ass. Like
they refuse to throw him the ball in the paint, bro. Donovan Mitchell refuses to give him the ball in the paint.
People are gonna run him off the court again like they did last year because they're not gonna make the other team 100%. Pay on the offensive end by just feeding him dunks, and he's just gonna get cooked.
No, people are just gonna run the transition, and they're just gonna force Utah to take him out of the game. But I do like that last game. I might get a Clipper in my lineup. I don't want to say I'm gonna force one, but I do want a Clipper in my lineup because Utah's been playing like dog doo-doo, man. They've been playing so bad. I do want a Clipper, but
I mean they need to get the fire going here because they're falling quick too. They're only
it's going to be tough for them in the playoffs. It's going to be a tough matchup no matter what now. Like how it shakes out, no matter what, they're going to be in tough.
They either
have to play Joker or they have to play Luka.
They're only 2.5 games or 2.5 games out of the play-in right now. Like it's tightening up quick towards the bottom of the West.
Joel drops 30 plus. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
His points total right now is 31.5 for -120. Like it's not even worth playing over right now. No. And I'm sure as hell not playing the under.
We don't bet unders in this household. We don't bet unders.
Hate doing unders.
We do not like unders at all.
It's the worst kind of sweat.
Pieces from that last game. That's what we just talked about. Monte Morris assist props have been so profitable for me this season. They're constantly at 3.5 for no apparent reason. So that's one that I've been hammering. Absolutely love that one. Do we like Dorian Finney-Smith today? That makes me nauseous a little bit. That makes me like if Luka's active, the only other Mav I want to play is Brunson, and that's it. Like that makes me nauseous. But
he's one of those guys. Like I don't ever want to say like, oh, I'm absolutely not playing him, but it's really difficult to predict when DFS goes off because he does so little. Generally, like he has to hit a bunch of threes, and it's a good spot for it. But guessing what days DFS flirts with 40 points is
Like he could get you 40 or he could get you 14. There's no in
right.
between.
It's so difficult. He's just not a guy that I play very often.
No. Wanted Brunson. Yeah, like that's what I was like. That's what I was about to allude to in the core. Like I was kind of debating going Brunson, but at that point, I feel like I'm just chasing the fact that I'm not playing any mobs, so I'm forcing in Brunson. Like I don't want to get double burned. Like I'm already fading Luka. That's enough. I don't want to play Brunson on top of fading Luka and hope for like the double bang kind of thing. Like I'd rather just I'm playing beat over Luka. That's enough for me.
That'd be really threading the needle.
Yeah, it's too much. Hayes, Monk, Sato. Yeah, that's way better, Jimmy. That's way better. That's way better. I like that. I like that a lot.
For some reason, it's taking a minute for it to come up for me there because
Jimmy's lineup looks like a grocery list. Yeah, it literally does. It's so gross.
It looks like a grocery list.
Bro Beans, I don't know how much salary you're playing with here, but this has to be Fanduel. Yeah,
it's Fanduel.
9 guys.
It's Fanduel.
Fanduel just isn't like they just forget zeros after player salary.
I'm telling you should not be able to fit that, bro.
Cade, Spida, DeRozan, you should already be over the cap right now.
Right. And you still have Giannis.
Harris, Melo, Giannis, and Rudy.
I don't know if I want Spider and Rudy together.
I wouldn't play Spida and Rudy, and I want to come off Tobias Harris so bad. I don't want to play Tobias Harris.
He's pretty much on the dead to me for DFS list. Like every once in a while, he's going to pop up and have big games.
How expensive is he? I'm not.
I mean, on Fanduel, he's probably like 4,000.
He's just automatically out of my player pool when it comes to a slate like this. But so I didn't even.
He's probably like 5K over on Fanduel.
59 on Fanduel. 59. That's wow.
Yeah,
Melo's a lock. I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm scrolling. Melo's a lock on Fanduel. 4,100 makes absolutely no sense.
Oh boy, yeah, that's
4,100 makes no sense. And then
too much.
Kobe White is 4K over there. Wow. Spida's 82.
Good lord. What's Gobert? What's he like?
Gobert's 77. Vooch is 76.
So he's actually more expensive on FanDuel.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, because he gets like 97 blocks a game.
It's true.
I would play Bede over there too, man. You like the Bede Giannis combo can work on FanDuel so easily.
You'd have to come off DDR or Spider for sure if you do it that way. But you could honestly probably still fit one if you wanted to. You should toy around with it a little bit.
Like DDR at 79 is still a decent play, but with Levine in, it's not like I'm jumping up for joy. It's
not a priority play. I would definitely toy around with that a little bit because if you can come down off DeMar and get up from Rudy to Embiid, man, you might be really cooking.
You have to play Sato. He's min price over there for no apparent reason.
So drop maybe AO. I'm not sure where Sato's eligible, but Spider should be shooting guard eligible, so you can toy around with that.
Yeah,
so play Sato, come down.
AO's also minimum.
Jesus, man.
Bro, I don't understand FanDuel.
No wonder he scores for 450 points every damn night.
Bro, it just doesn't. Like, honestly, here, I'll give you a FanDuel core. I just built this. You have 5,500 left per position. It's Sato, Mitchell, Monk, Giannis, Melo, and Embiid. And you have 55 per position left.
That's silly.
Like there's more than enough room to do that. So that's what I would do. Rui is 4K.
I don't mind Rui on DK either at 46 because I'm finding myself in that range.
He's cheaper on FanDuel. He's cheaper
on FanDuel, but even on DK, like I'm kind of in that range for my last guy somewhat often. If that's who you land on, I don't hate that at all.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
LeBron officially out, which not really a surprise.
Yeah, AD too.
Yep, pretty much knew that, but just for official purposes.
I think that's the move. I like our core. We'll run through this one lineup and then we'll give you guys our bet of the day. Sato, Brunson, Monk, Spida. This is FanDuel also, yeah. Sato, Brunson, Monk, Spida, Giannis, Sadiq Bey, Melo, Bagley, KP. realistically, they're probably both underpriced. I just don't know if I want to play Sadiq Bey with Bagley, because if Sadiq Bey is shooting the ball, there's nobody else on that team that shoots the ball when he's hot. He'll just go and take 27 shots. So that's the only thing.
Working together might be a little tough.
If you're playing Sadiq Bey, I would honestly, man, I would just find a way to get from KP to Embiid and come off one of Bagley or Bey. If you could keep everybody else, that's lethal. That's what I would do. If that works.
You could go down to like Rui, for
Bagley or something. Just swap one of the Detroit guys, and you can go either position because Giannis is small forward and power forward, and so is Melo.
Yep.
So if you need 2 small forwards or you need 2 power forwards, that could be done.
Yep.
Swap out one of Sadiq Bey or Marvin Bagley and go from KP to Embiid. That is so lethal. I absolutely love that.
Agreed.
We'll do a bet of the day together. Why not? We did the core together. We'll do a bet of the day together. So I know you already have some stuff cooking. What are we going with?
I really like Seth Curry over 2.5 threes at plus 130. That's just. I know we have a lot of stars on the slate, and it might seem kind of odd to kind of pick a secondary player, but plus 130 is absurd for a matchup against Detroit. If this game gets out of hand, he'll probably sit with the starters, but he's probably still looking at least 25, 28 minutes. And the Pistons have been one of the worst teams defending the 3 all year. Like plus 130 just doesn't make sense to me. He's literally Joe Harris now. Like he's just going to shoot.
Trying to find him here. Where is he?
They took him out.
I mean, I have him for 2.5 threes on the dot, 2.51. So I can get down with that. At plus money, I can get down with that.
Especially that plus money. Like that's a lot. If he was like plus 100, I'd probably let it go. Plus 130s, at least on DK, that's what he's at. That's too much for me.
I like it. All right, we'll ride with that. Some other ones, just I guess I could say like blast them out. Rapid fire bets. Beat scores over 30. Giannis goes over 30. Kyrie goes over 30. Malik Monk threes. Don't even need to see what the number is. I'm just taking it.
Dude, DK doesn't have it. That was the one I was looking for the most when I landed on Seth Curry. I was like, how do they not have Malik Monk threes? That's the one I want.
We got to ladder that. That might be the ladder of the night. Malik Monk.
That's threes. Absolutely the ladder of the night. As soon as
so that's what we'll do. We'll do. You know what? We're gonna make it spicy today. Usually we go points and rebounds and everything else. Coming off a 2-0 day yesterday with DeJounte and Jokic, those were so free. Oh my god! I said on the show those were so free.
Dude, Jokic didn't even do anything in the first quarter.
This is free.
Oh, yeah.
Giannis is at 25.5 points. Take the over. Use promo code WINDAILY. You can get up to 100% deposit on your first $100. So if you deposit $20, you get a free $20 to play with. It's literally free money, guys. Use promo code WINDAILY and go and jump on this. Giannis over 25.5 points. That will be so free.
Did you see they put out a tweet today? I guess people were complaining because the past few Taco Tuesday bets have like just blown up.
Yeah, they've all.
They're like, it's not meant to be a free square, guys. Like,
yeah, they literally all the tacos have been missing. That one's not missing though. That is so free. So
yeah,
Giannis over 30. Giannis over 30. Beat over 30. Kyrie scores 30. Harden. Can you grab Harden assist for me? I saw that 8.5. That is absolute
8.5.
That is so ludicrous.
Well, he's at 8.5 on DK, but it's minus 185.
If we go up to 9.5, does it go?
DK doesn't let you do that. Only FanDuel does. I don't have that option.
I'm gonna check FanDuel right now. Even though we technically don't have FanDuel up here.
Some of these numbers, okay, 8.5 is great. You guys, if you see a 185, don't play it.
Okay, so that we're gonna do that. We'll throw out the Seth Curry one for plus money. My Yoshi Hammer bet of the day. James Harden 10 plus assists minus 110.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Like right now, go grab it right now.
And then
I'm serious. If you're still looking at us on the screen, go grab it right now.
And then
James
do
Harden,
the
10 plus assists, minus
the
110.
Malik Monk 3-point ladder.
Yeah, when
what
that
do you wanna go
drops,
up to?
because they need to confirm the Lakers lineup first.
Yeah.
Which
it probably will
that's why
now.
they haven't done it.
Now that these guys have been rolled out, it should be coming back up in a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So Malik Monk threes. Make sure you guys join the Discord, windailysports.com/chat. Join the Discord. We're gonna go in there and we'll see what Malik Monk threes are, and we'll see how far we could climb up the ladder tonight. But that's it. Seth Curry over 2.5 threes plus 130. Bede, Kyrie, and Giannis all drop 30. James Harden, 10 plus assists is my Yoshi hammer of the night. Absolute hammer spot. So that's what we're going with. We need the studs to show up, and I'm purposefully not betting any Luka props. Ride or die. That's what it is. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. WinDailySports.com NBA DFS show. Make sure you guys come and join the Discord. We'll be in there too. Take care.